Hi everyone, and welcome back to my video. So today I'm going to talk about a campus network. So getting to know a campus network. Communication networks are ubiquitous in today's information society. So this basically means that there's a base need, a need in our daily life. And a campus network are their strategic core. The key to campus lies in the underlying infrastructure. So having this infrastructure is always a good thing because it is their foundation for campus network, of which campus network are an indispensable part. They cannot be replaced. Let's go over the overview. Campus network is a network within a campus that we use for work and life. But the real question is, what's a campus network? How do they differ? What do they consist of? Okay, so let's try to find this out. What is a campus network? A campus network is a proprietary local area network or set of interconnected um, LAN, local area network, serving a corporation, government, agency, university, or similar organization. So a typical campus encompasses a set of buildings in close proximity. So this means that within the campus, this only the area access. The end user is a campus network, maybe dispersed more widely to LAN, a local area network, than wide area network. So how do campus network differ? So campus network differ in size and form. Of course, this is going to be a very large scale of campus. So these differences are detailed into 5 aspects. The first one is network scale. Campus network can be classified into 3 types: small, medium, large. Campus network, each differing in the number of terminal user or network elements. So like 200 students, how do I say so? College student, consider small. 230 and 300 is mid. 500 maybe large. A large campus network generally has a complex requirement, resulting in a heavy O&M. O is operation, M is maintenance. Now for the second aspect is service target. Normally campus network from the perspective of service target, there might be some campus network are closed and restrictive for internal user, for only internal user around the campus. Well, only some servers are allowed for external user. Sorry. Therefore, they both have distinct network security requirement and solution. The third one is service support. Campus network can be classified into single service or multi-service campus network. So the complexity of service carried on the campus network determine the network complexity. Okay, so there's a lot of service. Of course, it's going to be much more complex. Small enterprise campus network typically require only internal data communications. So only data communicating. So it's not that complex. Or you can just say it, they have a simple architecture. But for large, who use a lot of service, which we call it multi-service, has a lot of service which made it a very complex architecture. It can be anything. It can be CCTV all around the place because it's a big place, so they're afraid that everyone can go in from different places. Uh, CCTV for parking vehicles, for halls, dorm, and so much more. So the fourth aspect is access mode. Okay, let me do this first. Okay, the fourth one is access mode. There are two types, of course, wired and wireless, but most commonly they use two, so they're hybrid. There are some part that use wired and there's some part using wireless. Given that wireless connection are invisible and discontinuous, abnormally occur abruptly and are difficult to reproduce. For this reason, O&M personnel for wireless network must have sufficient knowledge and expertise related to air interference. So the fifth one is industry attribute. Campus network adapt to the industry they serve to meet the distinctive requirement of different industry. So there are four types: enterprise campus network, educational campus network, e-government campus network, and commercial campus network. So enterprise campus network is a campus that is like they control all the service. So they're enterprise. They're the one that do it. They're not being controlled by anything else. But for educational, there are two types. They're primary and secondary. And their internal network structure and function are similar to enterprise campus network. But of course, university is much more complex than any other school, like kindergarten maybe, primary, junior high, high school, like that. So university is going to be much more complex because there is going to be a lot of major in it. So e-government campus network. The internal and external network on an e-government campus network are generally isolated to ensure the absolute security of confidential informants. So only government people know that. And the last one is commercial campus network. This type of network is deployed in commercial organizations and venues like shopping mall, supermarket, hotel, museum, all that. Okay. Now for the third one, what do campus network consist of? The unified model typically consists of campus data, the network access terminal, a network management platform, a security platform, and a service application platform. But I'm not going to talk about that. It's going to be so long. So let's just jump right into the past and present of campus network. So we live in a modern world right now. So there's going to be a present and a past. There are going to be a lot of changes. So the first generation, from sharing to switching. In the late 80s, Ethernet switches emerged. Early Ethernet switches were at the data link layer, and therefore they were called layer 2 switches. A layer 2 switches provided multiple ports, and each terminal was connected to one of these ports. The layer 2 switch used as storage forwarding mechanism and enabling terminal users to send and receive packets simultaneously without affecting each other. So layer 2 switch eliminate link conflict and expand the LAN scale. However, because all layer 2 switch ports were in the same bridge domain, the size of bridge domain directly limited the scale of LAN. Broadcast storm therefore occur frequently if a LAN was excessively large. So this means that it's basically like a server. It's going to expand a lot, but with the no use of certain switches, right? It's going to be a waste. So now we're going to the second generation, which is layer 3 routed switching. In the 90s, so the first generation is in 80s, now it's 90s. Two groundbreaking inventions emerged in the network. Of course, we all know www, World Wide Web, and an instant messaging software. Basically, like today we use Messenger, WhatsApp, and all that. But www requires sufficient bandwidth, which was unable to be provided on the routed base campus backbone network. So www World Wide Web need a lot of data that being sent using TCP, and people want to access the network and communication with other by using their own computer. However, not all computers could be connected to the network due to the limited network scale, resulting in an inability to meet this instant messaging requirement. All this pain point poses higher requirements campus network. So against this backdrop, a layer 3 switch was developed in 90s, 96. A layer 3 switch, also called a root switch due to its integrating both layer 2 switching and layer 3 routing functions, came with a simple and efficient large tree forwarding engine designed and optimized by campus scenario. Its layer 3 routing capability were approximately equivalent to layer 2 switching performance. So having these two meaning that we can get a wide area network. The layer 3 switch based networking structure eliminate the limitation of bridge domain poses on the scale and network, meaning that the LAN were no longer constrained by collision domain or bridge domain. Instead, the network scale could be expanded on the demand simply by adding subnet, and each user and terminal could easily access the network as required. So there's a second generation. Now for the third generation, it's a multi-service converged support. So this meaning we are going to get a Wi-Fi. Before the emergence of small mobile terminal, so like this small, Wi-Fi technology was primarily used for hotspot coverage and seldom adopted on campus network. For example, many campuses use Wi-Fi network only for conference room. So back in the day, Wi-Fi is only used for important stuff, not for daily stuff. As smart mobile terminal quickly become more popular and enter the production of field, the demand for full Wi-Fi coverage becomes stronger. However, two pain points hinder the large-scale deployment of Wi-Fi. One was the issue with the large-scale Wi-Fi networking, and the other was the issue with NSC deployment, network area control. To, as, to address these two pain points, leading network equipment vendors in the industry successfully launched their multi-service converged network solution in 2012. Huawei, you know who? I think you guys know what is the industry name. Huawei unveiled its multi-service converged network solution, the Agile Campus Network Solution. Huawei solution offer an innovative wired and wireless converged featuring that resolve the preceding two pain points that match large-scale Wi-Fi deployment at reality. In the service, an optimized WAC window as admin center is deployed on an agile switch at the aggregation uh, layer to unify the management plane across wire and wireless network. Implementing unified fat NSC function. This solution also combined the innovation local forwarding mode of the Wi-Fi network with the unified wired and wireless forwarding feature of Agile switch in order to efficiently resolve the networking problem of large-scale Wi-Fi user access. So Huawei is meaning is like today now. So we have wired that is going to our modem, and the modem is actually the one that is wireless. So this is going to be able to make it a uh, large scale. So basically that's it for my explanation. Thank you guys for listening, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.